a one bedroom right now at my brother's house, all of us, on a blow-up mattress. You know, because I'm not stupid.
My grandchildren, my children, one of them, it's not safe here, sir. We're sick.
If this happened in your richer neighborhood, would it have been cleaned up a lot faster?
People that have symptoms, they shouldn't be dismissed.
Amen.
What's happened is not right. People are suffering for it.
Get us out.
Small children are suffering.
We want out.
So as you can see, there was recently another town hall meeting in East Palestine. And guess who didn't show up? Alan Shaw, the CEO of Norfolk Southern, did not show up at this town hall despite promising the people of East Palestine that he would be there. And if I'm not mistaken, this is the second time now that he has done this. Now, I don't know about you, but if I was the owner of a big business, or if I was a major shareholder in a big business, I wouldn't want the CEO of that business or company being a straight coward. I wouldn't want the CEO of my company being someone who folds under pressure. I wouldn't want the CEO of my company being someone that hides from people. I would want my CEO to be a confident person, someone that even in times like this can stand before people, look them dead in the eyes, and give them answers. Not someone who cowers and runs away. Now, Alan, he can bury his head in the sand and pretend this isn't happening. This problem isn't going to go away. He could duck 1,000. He could duck 1,000 community town halls. That doesn't mean the people of East Palestine are going to back down. And as you can see in that clip, they're fed up. They're completely fed up, and I understand why. You know, I think it's gotten past the point where people are reacting to the situation rationally. And don't get me wrong, they are doing a damn good job at keeping their composure. I do not know how I would react in this situation. I would be raising Cain. And I've never even said that before. That's like an old grandma saying, but I would be raising Cain in that building right now. And some of them were. And, you know, it's heartbreaking. And the worst part about it is they're still lying to these people's faces. They have these town meetings, and these officials come in and they tell them, hey, the water's safe, the air is safe. Meanwhile, the people are getting sick. Meanwhile, we have independent scientists coming in here and saying, yeah, there's chemicals in the air that are harmful. Yeah, the water isn't clean. Anyone in the town can throw a rock in the stream and they can tell that the water isn't clean. So it doesn't help anything when they bring these officials in everyone's face that tell them, hey, there's nothing to worry about here. Everything's okay. Everything's okay. But I want to hop into this article and I want to talk a little bit more about the CEO, Alan Shaw, and how he didn't show up to this meeting. But first, here's a quick word from this video's sponsor. This video's sponsor is the Swagit app. I like to think of it as a US alternative to TikTok. I know a lot of you like TikTok. I know a lot of you are probably addicted to TikTok. The thing about TikTok is not only are there a lot of weirdos and creepos on TikTok that are there for the sole purpose of indoctrinating your kids, and for some reason, the owners of TikTok, they prioritize those videos in people's feeds. Also, while you're on TikTok, you're literally being spied on. Your information is being stolen and sold all around the world. Over here on Swagit, you don't have to worry about that. It's a US-based app, which is only available in the US right now, although they're working to get it to other countries. Now, This app is very much still on the ground level. It just got created not that long ago. But it allows you to do basically the same thing that TikTok allows you to do. But you can actually earn money on this app. When people see your videos and they like them, they can send you something called swag bucks. Those swag bucks you can cash them in for gift cards at your favorite store. So if you've been looking for a TikTok alternative, and don't get me wrong, this is an app that's on the ground level. So don't expect to download it and it to be filled with millions of people like TikTok. But that's why you have a lot of growth potential in this app if you join the app, because you're here on the cutting room floor, if you will. And like I said, you don't have to worry about all of that other nonsense that you worry about with TikTok. And I'm actually giving away money to people who join the app and follow me. It's totally free, and it's a great way to support my channel. I've had tons of people asking, how can I support your channel? Where do I donate? Where do I send money? Listen, this is a free way. You don't have to spend a single dollar. You download the app, you follow me. Not only will you get exclusive videos from me, you can see some behind the scenes. You can see me going out to eat some good food and all that good stuff. But also, you're entered in giveaways. I give away money on Swagit every month, as well as video games and all type of stuff. So download Swagit today. But without further ado, let's go ahead and hop into this article. Residents of East Palestine, Ohio are furious after Norfolk Southern CEO Alan Shaw was a no-show again at a town hall meeting nearly a month since the railroad company's February 3rd derailment and toxic fire. Where's Alan? Some yelled during Thursday night's town hall meeting. Shaw was largely criticized for skipping an earlier town meeting 2 weeks after the derailment. The CEO had met with local officials and some railroad employees last month, but since then has been a no-show. Mother Candace DeSanzo, 43, attended the meeting with her 2 young sons, ages 1 and 2, and demanded to speak with Shaw. If I did something wrong, I'm going to stand up and I am going to face my wrongs, she said. And I am just one simple human being. They're a corporation. She blasted the rail company for prioritizing getting the trains back up and running as soon as the evacuation order was lifted instead of helping the residents first. Every time I hear a train, it makes me sick now, she said. It's just mind-blowing to me how really ignorant they've been to us in every possible way that they could, when they should be doing everything that they possibly can to help us. At Thursday's meeting, residents who say they're suffering from illnesses as a result of the disaster confronted representatives for the rail line and demanded whether they would be relocated from homes they say they are afraid to continue living in. The railroad said it was ready to remove contaminated soil from underneath the tracks, but has not discussed buying people's homes and moving them elsewhere. While the EPA ordered Norfolk Southern to clean up its own mess and to test the area for dioxins, residents seemed unsatisfied with answers they were receiving from the railroad and government officials at all levels. Many residents are fearful that the dioxins, toxic chemical compounds that can remain in the environment for a long period of time, will have lasting effects on the health of themselves and their children. Don't lie to us, one resident yelled, as an EPA regional administrator reiterated that tests show that the air is safe. The contentious meeting comes just a day after leaders of the nation's largest rail unions claimed that workers cleaning up the toxic derailment site are now getting sick and pushed the Biden administration for additional safety measures. The presidents of a dozen unions met with the administration officials to state their case and express concern. So, as I reported to you all yesterday, We're not just dealing with the people in the town getting sick anymore. That was already bad enough. And what makes it even worse is when these people, I'm sorry if I'm loud, but I get passionate. These people who are coughing up stuff, right? They're coughing up gray mucus. Their bodies are getting covered in rashes. Their eyes well up in water every time they step outside. And they're trying to go express this to these representatives of Norfolk Southern and the APA. And they're being told, no, you're okay. They're literally showing up sick, coughing, shortness of breath, and they have officials looking them in their face saying, no, you're okay. The air's okay. The water's okay. Meanwhile, you're looking at them back in their face and you're coughing and you're sick and your kids are sick and the fish in your pond are dead and your rabbit isn't hopping the way it used to and your dog isn't eating his dog food. You know what I mean? Like everything's crumbling around you, and when you want to just go express it, when you want to just go be heard, you have people smugly looking in your face. No, actually, everything's okay. We tested it and there's nothing here. BS. It's all BS. I don't care how many agencies they bring out there. I don't care who they bring out there to test this and test that. Common sense tells you that it's not safe. Not only does common sense tell you that it's not safe, look around you. Everyone's getting sick in the area. That should tell you that it's not safe. And to take it one step further, they're telling the residents it's safe, no worries. Meanwhile, people in their own companies are getting sick. Norfolk Southern is sitting here telling people, hey, everything's safe, don't worry. Meanwhile, some of the workers they hired to come clean up this mess, they're getting sick. So it's a merry-go-round, if you will. And, I mean, what are we going to do here? How long are they going to continue to dance around this? What I believe, honestly, is happening here is they're trying to dance around this little situation as much as they can until it kind of falls out of the limelight. It falls out of the national news cycle, if you will. Because this is a story that they never wanted to get out there like that. And make no mistake about it, for a week or so after this happened, no one was talking about it. I wasn't even talking about it that much. I didn't know how bad the situation was. But in the middle of all of this other crazy stuff that was going on with the UFOs and the Chinese spy balloons, started looking into other things, and then I noticed, like, wait. This train derailment is really bad. And then when they started arresting, like there was one journalist that works for News Nation, they arrested him simply because he was covering the story. And I think, this story gained traction. So while all eyes are on this situation, they want to dance around. They don't want to really answer questions. And they're hoping that we stop focusing on this story so they can stop worrying about the situation and carry on. I guarantee you all, if it wasn't for the pressure from the public, if it wasn't for the pressure from independent media sources like myself and maybe some of the other people you watch, this story would have been buried. These people wouldn't have gotten any help. There wouldn't even be people in this town to talk to the townspeople. You know what I mean? There wouldn't be representatives from the EPA and Norfolk Southern and all of these places even there talking to these citizens. It's because everyone applied pressure on this story. They weren't even going to get help from FEMA. They weren't going to have the EPA administrator down here. Pete Buttigieg wasn't going to come down here. Biden still hasn't been down here. He's claiming that he is going to go down there. None of that would have happened if it wasn't for the pressure. And a lot of it still hasn't happened. And it doesn't matter how much of pressure you apply. It's like Biden's like, nah, I'm not going. Now he says he's going to go. We'll see. But like I said, I think what they're doing here is they're trying to dance around, hoping that the story goes away. But as of right now, it's not. So hopefully we can keep raising awareness about the situation. Hopefully these people get some answers. Hopefully these people get some help. But for now, let me know your thoughts down in the comments. While you're down there, hit the thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, ring that notification bell, and I'll talk to you all in the next video.